What happens when male politicians are accused of sexual assault and there's physical video evidence of this assault? Normally the next day they have to resign. There are calls for him to resign, and a lot of times it will make national news. But not if you're a woman doing the sexually assaulting.
There is no denying that there are many human rights issues that uniquely or disproportionately affect men.
In this country, fathers are not second-class citizens. I know there are a lot of people out there, including judges and probation officers, who still don't get that message, but fathers are not second-class citizens. Sometimes they're actually better parents.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Hello guys, this is A Father's Crisis. Welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe. Very much appreciated. Today we're going to be talking about my Allegheny County Councilwoman, Bethany Hallam. She is the county councilwoman for my county. And what's so special about her? Well, she sexually assaulted someone, and it was caught on video. And there's been 0 calls from any county official, any politician, no news organization. The only person that is calling for her resignation is the person I found the video from. And she's in Allegheny County politics. And she's been trying to reach out to the media to try to get them to run this story, and nothing. Goose egg. Because a woman is perpetrating sexual harassment and assault. Let's look at the video. It's a very short video. It's about 40 seconds long. Let's just watch.
I'm hungry, yes I am. You know I am.
Just let her touch it, Mike.
No! No!
He's a prude.
It's trying hard too. You getting it, job? I'm not. Yes, you are. Oh, wait. I had it.
Come on, quit being a bitch, Mike. Oh, she's thirsty.
Mike!
She's biting it.
She's biting it.
Could you imagine the roles being reversed there? A man trying to force his head into a woman's crotch like that. And being a politician, no less. And it being on video. This video was posted 2 months ago. 2 months ago. You could see that was snowing outside. Not even over 2 months ago. It was January this was posted. January 2021. And for months, no calls for her to step down or even explain herself. Nothing. There's been nothing. And I posted a video on my TikTok and the original YouTube video where this came from, and which I will post in the description. But yeah, there's no calls. There's no calls to get her to step down. You could hear the guy say no and stop it repeatedly. And it's funny that feminists today want to talk about rape culture and that men excuse rape. I don't know one man who thinks rape is okay, or that they know rape is wrong. Even rapists know that rape is wrong. The reason why rapists rape is because they just don't care. They don't care that it's wrong. They want what they want, and they take what they want. Telling a man who's going to be a rapist not to rape is useless, because he knows. He already knows. But in our society, we tell women that men welcome this type of sexual attention, when some of us don't. A lot of us don't. And she was clearly drunk in there. Clearly drunk. And we also live in a society that says women cannot consent when drunk. All these feminists are going berserk over, I think it's in Minnesota Supreme Court, said that a situation where a woman, she got drunk on her own, was with a guy, and she slept with him consensually until the next day she realized, well, she was probably too intoxicated to really consent. So let's, this guy is recording this, is calling him a bitch for letting him not letting her touch it. But what if he did? He'd be taking advantage of a drunk woman. He's physically holding her back so much that it's almost to the point where he's hurting her, trying to keep her away from him. Now, what if he did let her? He'd be taking advantage of a drunk woman, and he'd be a rapist. He'd be labeled a rapist if she saw this video and couldn't remember it because she was too blacked out drunk. And this didn't happen at a party. This didn't happen at a bar. This happened in what looked like a waiting room in the middle of the day. Let's look at her. Let's look at her actual website. This is her website for county commissioner. This is her bio. Meet Bethany Hallam. She's a very attractive woman. I'm sure she thought that, I think most of her life she probably got a lot by on her looks. And thought, well, men find me attractive, they should want me. Maybe that's what's going on here? I don't know. She talks a little bit about where she was, where she grew up. And then she says, while playing varsity lacrosse for North Hills High School, I tore both my ACLs. One immediately after recovering from the other. At the time, the overdose epidemic was not well known as it is today. I was overprescribed Vicodin, and as a result became addicted to prescription opioids. I began my recovery in 2016. I am fortunate for the support systems that helped make that possible. Due to my struggles with addiction, I have spent time in our county jail and have temporarily lost my driver's license, which means she probably was driving high. I've seen firsthand the problems in our jail, and I also understand how critical public transit is to the Allegheny County residents, myself included. My background would bring a unique insight to council, and that's exactly what we need in order to move council forward. I fail to believe that a man with the same exact backstory would ever be elected to any office. Oh, vote for me! But 2 years ago, I was addicted to. I was a drug addict. 2 years ago, yeah. Vote for me though. I don't see a man receiving that level of empathy. I just don't see it. But I mean, good for her. She won her election. Whatever. I find that when we go to her platform, though, and we read about her, the county jail, and her critique of it, I find a little funny. The county jail is an embarrassment to Allegheny County. Many people in the county jail are only there because of inequitable cash bail policies, which may be true. Warden Harper has failed again and again when it comes to preventing sexual harassment, assault, and rape in the jail, including rape perpetrated by his own staff. Because of this inaction, our jail has had one of the highest suicide rates in the nation, which is true. But I find it funny that she's concerned about sexual harassment and assault in the jail. and rape being perpetrated by his own staff, by the Allegheny County Jail staff. I guess it's a good thing she's not a guard there. She'd be sexually assaulting everybody there. Which kind of brings me to another point here. We're not going to read this whole article, but this Slate article, When Men Are Raped, I'm going to scroll down here. It talks a lot about statistics about basically how men's, being sexually harassed, raped, and all that stuff is practically the same experience women face at the same rate. Practically the same rate. But I want to read these two paragraphs because they're this paragraph and a half. A recent analysis of the Bureau of Justice System data, for example, turned up that 46% of male victims reported a female perpetrator. Those are people in jail. These are men in jail. 46% of these male victims are reporting a female perpetrator, which means those are all guards or nurses or whatnot. These are guards. This is staff of the jail. 46%. We always think the trope is apparently that your cellmates, taking advantage of you. No, you're more likely, you're about to have a 50-50 chance of being someone in the staff, and it being a woman. The final outrage in Stample and Mayer's paper involves inmates who aren't counted in the general statistics. This is why women, when you see stats about women rape victims and sexual assault victims, they do not include men in jail. When you start including men in jail, it's equal. It's equal. So that's why every time I bring this up, it's always the first thing. Well, I googled this and it shows only 1 in 37 men are raped. Yeah, that is outside of jail. In the last few years, Bureau of Justice did 2 studies in adult prison jails and juvenile facilities. The surveys were excellent because they afforded lots of privacy and asked questions using very specific, informal, and graphic language. Did another inmate use physical force to make you give or receive a BJ? Those surveys turned up the opposite of what we generally think is true. Women were more likely to be abused by fellow female inmates, and men by guards. And many of those guards were female. For example, of juveniles, this is the worst one. We're talking about juvenile males. For example, of juveniles reporting staff sexual misconduct, 89% were boys reporting abuse by a female staff member. In total, inmates reported an astronomical 900,000 incidences of sexual abuse. 89% of male juveniles are being raped by women or sexually assaulted by women in juvenile facilities. And that's even in the adult. That's even in the adult prisons. Again, it kind of does fly in the face of that. The trope that if you're a man, you go to jail, you're going to be raped by you're going to be taken advantage of by your cellmate. And it's almost the same. You have the same odds as it being the guard and it being female. There's like the craziest stats ever to show up here, and it almost seems that like when women are given positions of authority, it seems that they're abusing it more than the men. Because in the female facilities, it's not the male guards that are doing the raping; it's other women. It just seems to me that when women have power, they tend to abuse it more so than men would. That's just my general thought, and this kind of proves that. It's a crazy world we live in. And to go back to Bethany Hallam, who wants to talk about sexual assault in the prisons. Well, what about this Facebook post? What about this? This is one of her old Facebook posts back in 2018. There's an article about, sexual assault in women. And she really liked this quote. Frankly, men should be thankful women are just demanding equality and not revenge. She thought that quote was inspiring. With big, strong woman vibes. she just sexually assaults men that she thinks would like it.
I'm on that because I am. You know I am. I'm on that because
Amazing. It's amazing to me that
I'm on that because I am. You know I am.
it's
Just
amazing.
let her touch it, Mike.
That's amazing.
He's a prude.
Yep, there she is. She's going for her revenge right now.
You getting a job?
Going for her revenge.
It's too hard.
Going at it.
Oh, wait. I had it.
Come on, quit being a bitch, Mike. Look, she's thirsty.
Mike.
She's biting it.
It's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me that there's no way a man would ever get away with that. But this woman, she's she has yet to answer for it. And it's really depressing that we talk about rape culture and all this stuff. People know that rape is wrong, except for when women are doing it to men. And you hear the guy in the background who's videotaping the whole thing, calling the guy a bitch for not letting her do it, and Bethany thinking it's okay to do that to a man. It's women who aren't taught boundaries with men. It's women. Women are taught that men should like that. Not just women, society in general are telling men you should like it when women assault you, even though they don't want the attention. And I already talked about how he could have gotten in trouble for allowing her to do it because she was drunk and couldn't consent to things like that. So here we are. We're in clown world, where this video is up since January. No one cares. I mean, I don't really know what else to say about it. It's really sad. It's really a sad world that we live in, and I hope something comes of it. I just want it to be acknowledged at this point, and it should be. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like and please comment and share. Maybe if enough people share this, maybe someone will do something about it. Maybe the media will have to talk about it. I don't know, but I hope it gets talked about, and I hope you guys are there for the conversation. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. We talk about these types of issues, and I'm hoping to get more subscribers so I can do more YouTube videos and spend a lot more time doing this kind of stuff for you guys. So thanks a lot for watching, and please come again and watch all my other videos. Thank you.